Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adisa Ramadhani from PB Class B 2024. Investigation into a link between classroom environment and 3PL student-teacher academic achievement. In this globalization era, the students in every situation are trying to be academically successful. That academic success in this directly linked to be the successful outcome and value for youth in society. That the social and economic development of the country is directly linked with student academic performance. Performance is how well or badly something is done in education's parlance. In performance is indicated through academic achievement. Defines academic achievement as the level of actual accomplishment or proficiency one has achieved in an academic era as opposite to one potential therefore. The quality of student experience during college is shown by one's academic achievement. Academic achievement is improved for students to prepare them for future career and to allow students to enter competitive fields. It also plays an important role in producing the best quality graduates who will become great leaders and manpower for the country to is responsible of the country economic and social development, which can help students in all areas of their lives. Teaching is guiding and facilitating learning, enabling the learner to learn, setting to the conditions of learning. In the teaching and learning process, it can be seen that there is a difference in student achievement. This is caused by different factors that affect the academic achievement of students. One of factors that affects student academic achievement is classroom environment. The classroom is a basic structural unit of our educational system. It is a miniature community in which member interests influence the behavior of others. Vygotsky stated that classroom environment is the culture that can be the place to study and learn about knowledge. Classroom environment is an uh, embodiment of psychological conditions according to Carpenter. Physical environment is made up of desk, table, lighting, ventilation, space, acoustics, and instructional material. While physical environment refers to the feelings, a type of classroom that has to do this interaction to the classroom. Classroom environment plays an important part of student educational success based on Vygotsky theory of social development. Student learner development can be determined by the classroom environment because students spend their time to learn mostly in the classroom, although learning can take place in other venues. Yan said that for each language learner, a classroom can the main place where they the frequently exposed to the target language. Therefore, creating a conducive learning environment by providing sufficient classroom environment physically and social psychology are very important. Taken into the considerations that classroom environment affects student academic achievement. The student preparation of classroom environment are very important. Therefore, the reason why students fail in the some subject is probably because they are not engaged in classroom activities sufficiency. The feelings of study conducted by Ziegler show that the physical classroom environment such as inadequate lighting, noise, low air quality, and different heating in the classroom are significantly related to lower student achievement. Physical environment is not only the main problem that causes poor achievement but also interaction in classroom. As stated by William, classroom environment is a dynamic system where students interact each other. It is the place where the interactions between student and student or between student and in, instructor occur most frequently. According to Dewey, the poor student relationship might lead to poor achievement while good student-teacher relationship might lead to better achievement. Moreover, Buchholz and Schiffler revealed that warm interactions in a classroom environment can lead to increased academic achievement and a sense of pride and belonging in a college. Premier Preliminary study was conducted by interviewing students of English Education Study Program of State Islamic University of Raden Fatah Palembang. It relevant that some students enjoy studying because they felt that classroom was already well structured, kept clean enough, conductive lighting, and comfortable air temperature. However, the problem starts when the electric electricity stopped working. The classroom was hot and dark, and this bothered the the student, especially those who sit on the back. In such situations, the students start feel sleepy and make some of them lose their focus to fully grasp the lecture. Students also say that they were disat- dis- dissatisfied with their academic achievement because the class sometimes seemed boring and they did not participate in the class as well. This kind of interactions within the class influenced their feeling. Some researchers have tried tried to investigate the correlations between student preparations of classroom environment and their academic achievement. However, uh, to 2001 showed that there was a positive correlations between classroom environment and academic achievement. Temperature and ventilations also affect the classroom learning environment. In the study of Ziegler et al., it was found out that the building structural facilities influence student achievement. On the other hand, and students did not find relationship between structural conditions and student performance in Wyoming. From the explanations above, the aim of the study were to find out 1. Whether or not there was any significant correlations between classroom environment and academic achievement of English education study programs students of State Islamic University of Raden Fatah Palembang, and 2. Whether, whether or not classroom environment significantly influenced academic achievement of English education study program, a student of State Islamic University of UIN Raden Patah Palembang. Literature review, classroom environment and academic achievement, classroom environment in the place in which teaching and learning process occurs. Akube 20, 2001 defines the classroom as a base for all type of activity. It holds students together and offers them the opportunities of achieving the purpose of education. A greater part of educational activities of any school or college occur of this classroom. Hannah also described that classroom is where the student develops what they want their future to look like, as well as knowledge of the skills they need to reach that goal. The classroom environment also defines in terms of the student and teacher preparation in that environment. In addition, that the classroom is a place for interactions among teacher, materials, and student in order to create student behavior. However, classroom environment has influence in the teaching and learning process. State the classroom environment and negative comments from teachers and peers many hinders the learner from actively engaging and eventually make it difficult to speak. Student academic achievement refers to the grades obtained by students upon accomplishing the course in the and their study of an instructional environment, especially in school, college, and university. Hiscan defines academic achievement as the level of actual accomplishment or proficiency one has achieved in an academic area as opposed of one potential there were two kids of academic achievement, which is the student academic achievement in each semester that student achieve uh, at the end of their college and cumulative GPA, which is obtained by having score of each subject from the whole semester that they already take. The relation between classroom environment and academic achievement, the role of classroom environment in influencing academic outcome has been shown by many researchers in recent years. The psychosocial environment in a classroom can significantly predict academic achievement. Recent research in retention rates of university students has contributed evidence for the positive relationship between the preparations of classroom environment and academic achievement. Fraser asserts that the classroom environment is such a potent determinant of the determinant of the of student outcome that it should not be ignored because students will perform better and have more positive attitude in learning when they perceive classroom environment positively. As reported by Giesel to 2006, that a positive classroom learning environment is closely related to student engagement, academic achievement. Therefore, it can be said that student preparation of classroom environment will affect student academic achievement because the students who have the positive preparations of their classroom environment will have a high interest with the lesson and it might increase their grades. Research design in the study correlational research method was used to find out the correlations between variables and interpret this result that may appear. This method was used to find out the correlations between classroom environment and academic achievement of students of English education study program and a state Islamic University of Raden Patah, Palembang. First, we'll measure the degree of associations or relationship between two or more variables using the statistical pro- procedure of correlations analysis. State that correlation study investigate the positive possibility of relationship between only two variables, although investigation of more than two variables are common. The procedures were college and university classroom inventory questionnaire from teachers Fraser and Dennis was given to no student classroom environment. Two, the student academic achievement was obtained by their cumulative or GPA. Three, SPSS 16 was used in order to find out the correlations between the variables based on the result of questionnaire and cumulative or GPE, and 4. The explanation and interpretations of the result were then discussed. Research cites sampling and participants. The population of this study was all the students of English Education Study Program of State Islamic University of Raden Patah Palembang in the academic year, which consists of five 500 518 students than 316 students of English Education Study Program of the second, fourth, and sixth semester took part in the study as the simple Bayesian confiance sampling data collections. Before collecting the data, the two instruments in this study were checked for the validity and reliability, or GUGAA. Questionnaire was a ready-made questionnaire and was already validated by Trigus, Fraser, and Dennis. The questionnaire consists of uh, 50 49 like type items of positive and negative statement and consists of 4 Likert scale ranging from 1 strongly disagree to 5 strongly agree for positive statement and 5 strongly disagree to 1 strongly agree for negative statement was obtained. It can be concluded the CUGAA was valid and valuable. Besides, documentations is an objective and valuable measure. Student academic achievement documentations validity was not checked because it has been validated. The reliable to sum up and the data were able to be used for each correlation and regression analysis. Data analysis. Before analysis, the data obtained normally and linearly test was conducted with p 0.05, if p 0.05. It means that the data were not normal. Kolmogorov-Smirnov was used to see the normality. The result of normality indicates that the data from each variable were all normal and appropriate. For data analysis, which coefficients of point one 192 for classroom environment and point 0.05058 for academic achievement. For linearity test, deviations of linearity was obtained if probability is higher than 0.05. The two variables are linear. The results show that the deviations from linearity between classroom environment and academic achievement was 0.3343 or higher than 0.05, which the result was linear. After all of the data were found normal and linear, and correlations and regressions analyses were conducted by results from the instruments of both questionnaire and student GPA were calculated to find any potential correlations between variables through Pearson product movement coefficients in SPSS with 5% significant level. Then the significance of the correlation coefficients is used to determine by comparing the data for the coefficients or data in the level of significance of 5% in the table of product moment or air table. The correlation coefficient is significant if air table in the level of significance of 5% less than air data in additions, according to Trohan, Manion, and Marison. To 2007, there is a correlation if p-value is higher than 0.2. In order to know contributions of classroom environment and academic achievement of undergrads, the EPL student of State Islamic University of Raden Patah Palembang regression analysis was applied. Findings and discussions in the study. Two kinds of instruments were used: questionnaire and documentations. First, from the college and university classroom environment inventory questionnaire, the result of the student classroom environment showed that the maximum score was 220 and the lowest score was 103. The mean of classroom environment score for the participant was 170.74 and the standard deviations was 80 point 047. This mean score indicate that the level of classroom environment of English education study programs student of State Islamic University of Raden Patah Palembang was in average level. The descriptive statistical analysis of classroom environment for the participants is shown in table. Conclusions from the findings in interpretations In discuss above, some conclusions could be present first. The correlations coefficients or the R obtains was higher than R table. It means that the result indicate that there was a positive and significant relationship between classroom environment and academic achievement. Second, the finding relevant and that there was a slight influence of classroom environment toward academic achievement of English education study programs. Student of State Islamic University of Raden Patah Palembang, it was shown that classroom environment give only 8% contribution to their academic performance, so it can be inferred that the lower classroom environment as perceived by the student, the lowest their academic achievement so would be.